Welcome to Motogp Mac. In today's video, we're going to talk about Pedro Acosta summing up his weekend at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, speaking after the race on Sunday, Pedro said, "My special thanks go to the mechanics who rebuilt my bike until 1 a.m. on both days. They secured my weekend because of all the effort they put into rebuilding my bike. It was a solid race though for me today. We made some good progress since Brno. We can't have too high expectations now, but we have to keep working in that direction. We are doing a very good job at the moment. Luckily, at the start of the race, I was coming out at turn 10 a bit slow, and I saw NEA crash. I could see how quickly he and his bike were sliding, so I overtook on the inside, while Marini was on the outside. Luckily, I was able to pass him cleanly. There was a lot of gravel flying across the track, and Enya was in the middle of the track. I was also able to pull off some clean overtaking maneuvers on Marco and Franco. The bike was working very well here. I did, though, have some problems on Saturday overtaking Jorge. This is why I'm happy with how the race went on Sunday. We've improved a lot after Sunday's race, and we have to keep it up. We riders are only human. Also, it isn't nice to see your bike flying and hitting a camera checkpoint. So I was reassured on Saturday evening when he came to the pits and told me he was okay. So I was happy to see him again after the race on Sunday. Now look, there's a couple of points here. Like, you could definitely see how impatient Pedro was on Saturday. And my understanding is Pedro got a serious talking to by KTM on Saturday evening about this exact issue, rushing to get past people and showing patience, or impatience I should say, to go forward. Now, you don't want to take that raw edge off someone, but again, there's a time and a place as well. So I do believe KTM had some choice words to say. I also do believe Mickey Kallio and Danny Pedrosa are also really working hard with Pedro to hone and fine tune him. Like, for example, Danny wasn't at Balloton Park. However, he was watching every practice session and giving feedback from what he saw on TV back into the garage on Pedro. So I do find it really interesting to know that Danny can't even relax at home, let's just call it. But, you know, he did make light of the other issues that did happen at the race. One, Enea Bastianini sliding across the track in front of everyone. And I know people say, "Oh, John, it's a racetrack. It's going to happen." And, you know, look, there is a difference between those freak accidents and those ones waiting to happen. And I do think a couple of those chicanes would be breeders of those types of incidents. And secondly is, you know, I always have a bee in my bonnet of no bike should ever reach the air fence or the tire wall. And this one reached a cameraman's hut up on top of a scaffold. So, you know, look, while it was good to see no one was injured or seriously injured, you know, definitely Balloton Park have to look at the facilities and how they're going to, I suppose, change that and make sure that, you know, a freak accident rather than an accident waiting to happen. Although I thought Pedro rode probably the best race I've seen him ride on Sunday. It was really good to see him coming forward, being aggressive, being patient at times. But again, you know, there is still an awful long way to go for him. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think of Pedro Acosta's comments on his weekend in Hungary? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again.